Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into this review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, season whatever, episode whatever. So we open up with Mel doing her property preservations with some students. She invites Kimmy to meet one of her connects for the closings. Mel was always looking to connect Kimmy with him for their closing company. Kimmy is ready to get back to work, but putting her health first is a priority. They talk about the tea party, and Kimmy asked if Mel was expecting a conversation from Stormy's mom, and Mel said no. She didn't even know that Stormy's mother was coming, and she did not expect that at all. Kimmy said that Kiki and Tiffany did not come to a resolve. She let her know that they were at Martell's event, and Kiki and Tiffany got into it again, and Mel said hopefully they can fix it. Kimmy says she is not mentioning anything about Cherie being there because Mel does not need any updates on Martell, and as a woman, she understands. Kimmy said her stress comes from home and that she's focusing on her co-parenting and wants to get back to work, which takes her mind off of her stress. You know, the fact that, well, we'll talk about that when we get to a monster situation, okay? So Mel speaks life into Kimmy, telling her how she's beautiful and how she look good and she don't look like what she's going through, and they hug it out. Tiffany meets with Stormy. She wants to find out why Stormy stirred up things between her and Kiki, because when her and Kiki met at Mel's house, they ended off in a good place. Stormy feels like all things were not on the table. She said the text was not on the table. Stormy is fake as hell, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. She said Kiki was a good person and has good energy because she met with her one-on-one. And in her confession, she gonna go to tea party and all that is a good thing. But if you still got stuff on the table, you just saving it for another day. So what the tea party got to do with it? What does the tea party got to do with it? Because they were at the tea party, they were at the spa, all of that, and still the text was left on the table. So why are you bringing up the tea party, Stormy? The fuck? Anyway, Tiffany tells Stormy how she spoke with Sheree and talked about her being around the children. Stormy claims that she wouldn't worry about that. Yeah, right, because if your man was with a new woman, you would want to know who around your children, and if you don't, you're a horrible mother, okay? Stormy feels like Tiffany asked Sheree too much questions considering that she don't know Sheree. Tiffany lets her know that Sheree said Mel was a fan of hers. That was not what Sheree said. You said, so she admires you? And she said, yeah. So Tiffany gonna say Sheree implied that Mel was a fan. But Mel cleared it up. She said she was at a paid gig speaking to entrepreneurs, and she saw Sheree and went over and took a picture. And if she was a fan of Sheree, so what? So what? But let's not run with the story, because Stormy, you was a fan of Mel's. Okay? So did y'all see how Stormy got so excited to hear that Mel may possibly be a fan of Sheree's? Like, girl, stop. Stormy says she has not talked to Mel and feels like things are off with her and Mel. Yeah, things are off with you and Mel. Your freaking mother caused all the drama. Like, if you can't put two and two together why things are off between y'all, then you're weird. You're weird. And then you hanging around her ex, the same man who tries to cause her all kinds of strife. Like, you can't put two and two together? No, you're not crazy. You stupid if you can't comprehend that. All right, I'm going a little too hard on Stormy, but she's stupid. The fact that Mel confided in you, letting you know the kind of stuff that Martell was doing to her, should be a problem for you. Should be a problem for you. If you can't understand why she distanced herself, then that's on you. One thing I know is when people ain't going through shit, they don't give a fuck. They just don't give a fuck, okay? They don't even sympathize with Mel. That's the shit that trips me the hell out. Anyway, Tisha and Kiki, they go into a college game. Kiki said she didn't tell Tisha to share the text information, but in Tisha's mind, she had to. She was defending Kiki or whatever. So it was basically a bad session of Tiffany. Tisha lets out that she knows that Tiffany was cheating on her husband with a man. They bleeped out the name, whoever she said the man was. Tisha is pretend upset about Tiffany talking about her business and her marriage. And to me, this is a BS scene, especially when you've talked about your business, how you 70% or is it 85% owner, but your husband kicked you out the office. You said that yourself. So I don't understand why it's an issue. Oh, I see. Only you could talk about you and your business, although you want a public and a national television show. Okay. Tiffany is not, she said that Tiffany is spreading rumors. To me, Tiffany not spreading rumors if there's already proven by your mother that your man was cheating, proven by you questioning why he's never home and him not going on vacation with you and the children. Need I say more? Tiffany and Lou are at the doctor for a doctor's appointment. They having an ultrasound to see baby Ace. We found out that Tiffany took out her IUD and got pregnant in 7 days, which the norm is to get pregnant within 6 months to a year. So Lou questions Tiffany on being so busy and what is she going to do once they have the baby? How is she going to slow down? And Tiffany is living in La La Land thinking that things are going to be the same once she had his baby. And you had children before, so I'm not understanding why you don't think you got to slow down once you had his baby. But anyway, we move on to Kimmy and Maurice. They talk about Martell's event, and upon meeting Sheree, they said it was different than what they see on TV. They thought she would be different, but she seemed to be quiet. Maurice felt like Martell was doting over her, while Kimmy felt like he was just being a gentleman. And I say he was ignoring her, and it's a fake-ass relationship. As Kimmy said, a business arrangement. Okay. So they talk about Monster and his chores, but the only thing on his chore list is what Maurice wants him to do. Okay, which is the usual. He's always undermining Kimmy, and I know that has got to be frustrating for Kimmy. But for me, the fact that Kimmy just went through this whole chemotherapy thing, I know y'all ain't had that lady up in there cleaning up. I hope y'all stepped up and helped Kimmy out, because for her to have to keep bringing it up is a damn problem, in my opinion. Okay. Anyway, I just went off on a tangent. Okay. They talk about Monster and his chores, but only the things that him and Maurice talked about was on his list. Of course, the chores was not on the list. Maurice said, but if it's important to Kimmy, they can put it on the list. See, that's the problem. That's kind of why I went off on a tangent right there. Chores is not a priority because they know Kimmy is going to do it. Okay, Monster said he does not ignore Kimmy and does not want to do his chores. He said he just get caught up in other things and forget, what he got to do. To me, the whole scene is unnecessary. Like, Monster is of age to clean up behind himself and to do his chores. Okay? If he want money, if he want to participate in extracurricular activities, he going to need to make sure them chores is done. Okay? I said because Maurice is always going to put his priorities before Kimmy's, and that's how it's been. Okay. Then we have the BAN scene. Y'all know what that BAN mean, right? Bit at new. Okay. First, let me say this before I even talk about this dumbass scene, is that Martell or Marceau would not tolerate a man coming to their wives before them. Okay. Let's just put that out there. Second, Marceau don't have shite to do with this whole conversation, but he had so much to say. But when somebody say something about him or Tisha, it's a problem. The things he was saying to Tiffany was very disrespectful. But see, that comes easy to Marceau, so I ain't even surprised. And another thing, Marceau got Tiffany over there under the pretense of them talking about him walking in Selma, because she had some insight or whatever to contribute to him walking in the Selma march or parade or whatever it was over the bridge, the Selma Bridge. So he brought her to the damn table under false pretenses. And the last thing I want to say is I'm going to need for Martell to stop pretending like he's studying for this damn builder's license. Okay? And why was there a hard hat on the table? Anyway, let's get into this doggone scene. I'm going to need Martell again to stop. Oh, I said that. Stop pretending to be studying for the builder's license. The scene to meet with Tiffany claims he was there to talk about Selma, but he had to get off his chest what Cherie told him. Tiffany asked Martell what the highlight was of his night. He says the highlight was Tiffany talking to Cherie. See, they don't know how to promote their stuff. He's a freaking idiot. So they asked Tiffany what she said. She said, I said things like, how does it feel to date a cheater? Martell said, I am not a cheater. Boy, you better move over, because that lightning strike gonna hit you hard. You keep lying like that. Move on over, because you're gonna get hit hard in your ass with that lightning, okay? Whew, I said lies from the depths of hell. And Marcel, shut the STFU, exclamation point, exclamation point. This conversation ain't got nothing to do with you. Tiffany said she wanted to see if Sheree and Mel met up for the children's sake. Martell let it be known that him and Mel don't even talk. Marcel butts in and says, you're such a good friend to Mel. Again, Marcel, STFU, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. This has nothing to do with you. Yet when someone talks about you and your wife, it's war. And then you talking to Tiffany all disrespectful. Talking about she needs to be slapped. And if she wasn't pregnant, it would turn physical. Like what? Over a question? Sheree ain't even had to answer the question. Which she didn't. So, and then I was like, why would Sheree retaliate? For what? For what? Anyway, Martell asked her, did you say that she thinks she's so good that I'm going to stay when I ain't even stay for Mel? First of all, she did not say that, okay? Now, she did say, do you think that it's so good that he going to stay? But she ain't say nothing about Mel. You just had to put Mel up in there, okay? Anyway, Marcel going to say, gas, like a little bitch, okay? Again, Marcel, STFU, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. This conversation had nothing to do with you. So Martell got frustrated and said he's going to talk to Big Lou. And Tiffany was like, what? You going to tell my husband to fix his wife? Martell said, no, I'm just going to talk about what took place, and it's inappropriate. To me, you should have went to Lou in the first place, okay? I know this is a show. I know Tiffany came to scene to do what she had to do. But you guys are always talking about you don't like to get into arguments. Especially you, Martell. You don't like to argue with women. You shouldn't have came to Tiffany first. You should have went to Lou first. Or sat down with Lou and Tiffany as a man. B-A-N. Anyway, that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.